Good afternoon, everyone. This is Dr. Gwen from the Dr. Gwen International Inc. and host of the iTunes show, the Dr. Gwen Podcast Show. It is Monday, and it's the fourth Monday of the month, and so we are here. You know, this is our time together. And I wanted to come here to talk with you about your results. Now, I know that we are business owners, we're moms, we are employees, we are employers. We fit all the labels that we possibly can think of as ourselves as human beings. And because of this, and because we have those labels, a lot of times we want to live up to the responsibilities or the expectations of those labels. And many times we do succeed. And then there are those times when we really don't. And sometimes when those times happen, those are critical moments that we really want to see transformation happening in our lives for. And they just don't come at times. And so today, I know I've had that experience, and I want to talk with you about what do you do when that happens? What do you do when in your business you're not getting the results that you want? What do you do in your relationships, whether employee relationships, co-worker relationships, spousal relationships? What do you do when you're just not getting the results that you want? You're absolutely doing everything you know you need to do, right? And the results are just slow coming. They're not coming. And so you want to tear your hair out and you want to really go over the edge, so to speak, because you're forcing a result. But I want you to put a pause on everything. Because as you know, I've said your life is your business. Your life is everything. And what I find that a lot of people fail to do is that they fail to integrate what is happening in their lives with everything else that's going on. And at this point, you know, I've written this book, Peace, Power, Profits, Why You Don't Have It, How to Get It. And one of the reasons why I wrote this book was not so much to get a book out there, but to share my personal journey of coming through from brokenness to breakthrough. And the principles that I've outlined in this book has really helped me personally in my personal life, in my business life, in my relationships, and believe me, I'm still growing, but it has. And this book has landed a #1 Amazon bestseller, #1 new release, 5-star rating on Reader's Favorite. And I was just informed that it's on one of the top personal development books that you can read on a list in the United Kingdom. One of the top personal development books that you can read. So I'm very proud of that. I have created a companion guide to go along with the book so that people can just read the book through and then go through and do the activities. But I didn't talk to you, I didn't get on this live cast today to talk about my book per se, though it actually integrates. In fact, it integrates with just about everything in your life that I can think of. What I came to talk to you about today is getting the results that you want. Now, I see you and I know you because you are every one of us. I am you and you are me, not so much because of your aura or your essence or your individuality, no, but because we tend to have the same experiences as human beings going through our journey. And because of that, we can extricate the lessons from each other to learn the lessons. We don't have to bump and bruise and fall down and tear our hair out to get results that we want. So you got to come to grips with something. If you want results in your business, in your life, in your relationship, the first thing that you must do is you got to come to grips with who you are. There is just no other way around it. You got to spend some time reflecting on who you are. And who are you? I like to say we are spirit enclosed in a body. We're limitless. We are a part of the divine, right? And because we are a part of the divine, we have the opportunity to create and recreate the things that we want in our lives. But you shouldn't just come to grips with who you are if you want the results that you want to get. You must find out what is important to you. This is the crux of the matter. Is your business flourishing or is it failing? Is your relationship flourishing or is it failing? Are the activities you're doing outside of business and home flourishing or are they failing? You must come to grips with what is important to you. That's a part of the essence of knowing who you are. So what is important to you? You gotta spend some time in a quiet space figuring it out. And I have an activity for you in this book and also as a free resource. If you would like to have it, you can send me an email at info@thedrgwen.com, info@thedrgwen.com. And I will send you that resource so you can spend the time quietly finding out what is important to you. Believe me when I tell you that is the essence of all success, period. If you want to be successful, you must know what's important to you. Now, once you find those things out, and I usually recommend a top 5 things that you love to do. Doesn't have to be just business alone. In your life in general. Once you find that out, you got to choose. You must choose the life and business and relationship that align with who you are and what's important to you. You see, you're short selling yourself, and that is why some things are not working. But getting to know what's important to you, what I call those your desires or your passions. When you find that out, now you have to downsize everything. You got to downsize. It's all about clarity, guys. You're not getting what you want. Something isn't clear. Go back and spend the time to figure it out, to find out what is the missing link, what's not clear in your relationship, what's not clear in your business, and clarify that. How do you do that? I'm going to give you 4 things that you can do to get to that place of clarity and finding out what's important to you. It must be that you sit in a very quiet place to sort out what's really important to you. An uninterrupted spot where you know you cannot and will not be interrupted for maybe a couple hours, if that's how long it's going to take you. And then you find out, figure out, ask yourself, make a list of the things that you feel are things that you love to do or that you would love to do. Now, some of the things that you would love to do, you have no way of telling whether you would love them or not. So what I would recommend is that you find yourself a way to volunteer in the areas that you think you love. Go volunteer somewhere and you will know like that whether it's an activity that you love to do or not. Once you figured all that out, guys, whittle it down to your top 5. Now examine everything you are doing in your life. And I mean everything. Whether it's at home, whether it's in your business, whether it's in your relationships, everywhere. Examine all the boundaries that you have established for yourself. And Whatever does not align with those top 5, downsize, clean house, get rid of them. Have those 5 things be the foundation that determine whether you say yes or no to anything that comes across your plate. See, you're too busy doing everything. Once you know what those top 5 things are, say no to everything else that does not align with those 5 things. So you examine your life, examine your business, examine your relationships, clean house, get rid of it. The next step, number 3, is that you sit down and you plan out your strategies. Now I know the things that are important to me. I'm going to make a plan and I'm going to create some strategies, which are action items, that's going to help me to get what I want. It's simple, guys. When I tell you it's simple, you just have to trust the process. Write it down, figure it out. What is the goal, the number 1 goal from your first important activity, the first thing that you've decided is important to you? Make a goal from that. From that goal, you figure out what is the strategy, what are the steps that I need to take to help me to get to it. And you do that with all 5 of them. So now you've got a whole set of goals and you got a whole set of strategies. When someone calls you up and say, hey, Joe, Susan, can you do this for me? You no longer have to randomly say yes to everything. You just check in with yourself. Is that one of the items that are important to me? If it's yes, and if it fits your schedule, you say yes. If not, say no. Graciously say, you know, I would love to do that, but right now I'm booked. I'm committed to other areas that are important to me. You cannot be all things to all people. You cannot be jack of all trades. That's what's killing your business. That's what's killing your relationships. That is what is killing your joy and your peace and your happiness. Get clear, figure out what is it that's important to me. So we talked about sitting in a quiet place and examining and sorting out the things that are really important to you. Number 2, we talk about examining your life to see if everything you are doing now fits those 5 areas that you came up with. If they didn't, downsize immediately. Don't even wait. Let me tell you, that is such a joyous and freeing feeling completely. Number 3, create your plan and your strategies. And number 4 is really important because some people are really good with all of those 4, but then suddenly they don't follow through. And I see a comment there that causes me to smile. Are you talking to me? Veronica says, I'm talking to all of us because you know what? As I said, that's who we are, right? We're people and we have similar experiences. The 5th thing is put it in your calendar. You know what I love to do? I have a Google Calendar. I just showed one of my girlfriends how to actually use it. And what I do is I create everything and put it in my Google Calendar. And my Google Calendar is synced on my phone, on my tablet, on my laptop, on my computer, everywhere. So no matter where I'm at, as long as I have one of these digital devices, I am not going to miss an appointment, right? I am always going to be on track and remembering what to do. Put it in your calendar and follow it, okay? So if you feel that you're frazzled, running here and there and everywhere and pulling from X, Y, Z, and ABC, you first must get clear. Sit in a quiet place. It makes sense to do the activities. It may take you a couple hours to come up with it, but I'm telling you, it's a lifetime of peace and joy that you will never, ever want to give up, and that you will wonder what in the world took me so long to to get to it. So that's all I have for you today, my friends. And thank you so much for joining me. And this is Dr. Gwen, empowering lives to live purposefully and passionately. I will see you the fourth Monday in June. Bye.